examples of some problems you guys have been working on. I want you to see if you can spot the difference between the two. They look very similar, but you see the difference is one of them has an equal sign and one doesn't. For this one, your instructions are going to be different. They're going to say factor this polynomial. For this problem with this equal sign, they're going to tell you to solve the equation. Okay? That's the main difference between these two. For this one, you cannot finally solve for x because you're not doing a math problem. You've just been given a set of values. For this one, you can solve and say x equals something else because we have an equation. For this one right here, what they're going to do is expect you to reverse FOIL. So you are going to open up your sets of parentheses. Is there anything I can remove? 2 would work, but not for this one. No common factor. Do I have a special case? No, and in fact, my numbers aren't even set up correctly. Is that the way we usually see our problems? Let's go ahead and take care of that. So x squared, do them by descending degree of x. Now I have a problem. Is this or this perfect squares? So it's not a common factor. We don't have anything special. Three and 8, 4 and 6. Okay? Which of those do you think we should use? Okay? Either 8 or 4 or 6 are closer. I know that 4 and 6 can give me 10, so let's try those ones first. All my signs are positive, and then we're going to check. First, outers, inners, and lasts. This gives me 10x, so I know I'm good. This is not my answer. My checking isn't. This is as far as I can go. All I did was, remember my instructions, factor. I am done. Do I have any equal signs? So I can be finished. But if I have an equal sign, there's a couple things I'm going to have to do first. I'm going to erase my work right here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 0 factor method. I'm going to first make sure I have it set equal to 0. It's not equal to 0. Do we usually have our problems mixed in with an equal sign in the middle? Let's move it so my equal sign is on the outside. So I do x squared plus 24. Remove him by doing his opposite. I'm going to subtract him from the other side, and now it says equals 0. Again, I don't usually have my problem mixed up like that, and I'm allowed to move them as long as I remember the sign in front stays with the end of, or the number after it. Now I have a problem that is set up correctly. I still have the equation. I have it equal to 0. The next word is 0 factor, so I'm going to factor it. I have no multiplication, and that's what I need. So I'm going to factor this out. Now, I did use the same numbers. So we know that this isn't special because I don't have any perfect squares. The number 24 is gotten by multiplication from, let's mix that one up, some values. Now, let's see, which of these is going to give me 10? Now, do you see how this is an opposite sign? I have a negative 10. If I use 4 and 6, I would need to have both signs negative. Let's try that. First, outers, inners, lasts. Does that equal the end? It does. Now, I have gotten my factoring, but am I done? That was my finished product for this one. This one is different. Because of this equal 0 sign, in this problem, I'm going to take my x minus 4 equal to 0. My next factor equal to 0. Solve for x. homework, you can't tell. Okay, why did I do this? Why is this my answer? Because I was actually solving my equation. I was finding out what x could equal. For this one, all I was told to do was factor. This problem is inside of this problem. You had to be able to do this. That's why we taught you this first. And then we showed you this. This whole problem is squeezed into these equations. Okay? Now you can go ahead, and today's math homework is going to be either a blend of both, but most of your problems are a review of factoring.